Welcome back to America Decides. As we just discussed with my colleague Anna Schechter, a federal judge will consider the Justice Department's highly unusual motion to dismiss corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams at a hearing set for tomorrow. Cyrus Vance joins me now to discuss all this. He formerly served as Manhattan District Attorney. He joins us via Zoom from Paris. Cy, it's great to see you. Thanks for your time and your expertise. Many people looking at this situation regard it as something of a legal earthquake, that this is so unusual at so many different levels. Do you share that sense? And if so, what are you concerned about?
Good afternoon, Garrett. Nice to see you again. It is a very significant development and a significant moment in the mayor's case. I think that the judge, having ordered all the parties to appear before him tomorrow to make arguments and answer questions about what has happened, indicates the judge is going to do his job and carefully try to understand the facts before he makes a decision as to whether the government's motion is justified. I think the significance of the case has been talked about a great deal in recent days. Obviously, it's the mayor of the city of New York, one of the most powerful and influential political players in the United States, and the Southern District of New York, one of the most powerful and one of the best regarded U.S. attorney's offices in the United States. To have the Justice Department at odds with the leadership of the Southern District of New York, leading the acting head of that office to resign in a dispute over exactly why the government is making this motion is a big deal. Lawyers take an oath to follow the law and obey the rules of the court. And the acting director of the office indicated she could not do what the Justice Department asked her to do and be truthful to the oath that she gave when she swore herself in as an assistant United States attorney.
And more than half a dozen resignations from that office over this dispute. So it's not just one person who has that opinion. Cy, in your experience, directly or as someone who pays a good deal of attention to the machinations of the American justice system, can you recall an instance where the Justice Department issued an order like this and in it acknowledged that the order was not based on the facts of the case or the law?
I cannot. It's highly unusual. And I'm not sure what precedent there is. Obviously, we have had other times in history when the president and the executive has ordered United States attorneys or counsel for the government to do acts such as occurred in the Saturday Night Massacre years ago, where those lawyers have refused to do it. There's the analogy that we're seeing today. But really nothing quite exactly like this, holding the case over without dismissal of Mayor Adams. I can say that I know the next U.S. attorney who is going to be talked to by the Senate to take over, Jay Clayton, is someone I think who is very highly regarded in the legal community in New York, and I think is an extremely honest person. So whenever that review is done, I think and expect Jay will do it true to his oath that he's going to take if he becomes the next U.S. attorney.
Cy, real simple question. Can the judge block this?
Well, I think that the odds, as the odds makers who look at the federal law say that it's not likely, but what he's doing is he's taking a good, careful look. And that's entirely appropriate for the judge. If he decides to deny the request to dismiss the case, then the government can appeal that. I'm not sure the government wants to do that either. But it is a high-stakes drama with high-stakes players and lawyers all over the country, both in government and out of government, are watching very carefully about how this plays out. And as a former prosecutor, elected prosecutor, I fully understand the importance of lawyers, government lawyers in those positions, being true to the rules of the court, the rules of ethics and to the oath that each of us swore, whether to the state or to the United States, to abide by the laws of the government and the United States.
To Cy Vance's point just now, this is not just a New York matter. The echo effects could last for quite some time. Cy Vance in Paris, thanks so very much.
Thanks, Garrett.